Hello, everybody, and welcome to CBR MTG. I'm Nick Fennell, and with me is Brandon Owen.
Hello.
And it's the specialist, most awesome time because Nick is back on camera playing Elves.
Nick Fennell on Nick Fennell's Elves.
Yes.
Playing
Julian Nobb's Elves is what I'm playing.
I don't know.
Playing against Jacob Turner on Burn. And Burn, I sort of have a bad sort of history against Burn, even though the matchup's not that bad for Elves. Just because you play a lot of threats that they need to deal with,
Sure.
and they have to spend their cards hitting them instead of hitting you.
It seems pretty typical of most matchups against Burn, though, right? For example, Storm, it's fine unless they resolve Eidolon or something.
Yeah, basically.
And you don't draw the right card.
Yeah.
And I imagine it's probably a very similar issue in this matchup.
Yeah, when most of your spells are less than 3 mana, it's pretty awful when they lay down an Eidolon.
Sure.
But luckily you can Rex Age it for 4 mana with Green Sun Zenith, which is great, just to get them.
Yeah.
And then also, I used to play it main, but it's in the sideboard now. I have Scavenging Ooze as basically a life gain spell.
Yeah.
To just eat things that gotten bolted.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're spending bolts on your creatures, you're probably in a pretty good position, especially, with Deathrite Shaman hanging around, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And having a deck that can you have to deal with the threats, otherwise I just reach critical mass and I just win.
Yeah.
It's alright if they spend their spells killing my creatures, because great, it's not my face.
Exactly. If they're one for wanting you, killing your dudes, they're it's not a great access to interact with the Elves deck. You kind of need to be 2 for wanting, sweeping the board, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this deck doesn't really have the capacity to do that outside of something like Eidolon will just put in tons of work.
Yeah. And I'm on the play. I'm mulling my 7 because it was a 1-lander, which I'd normally keep, except the 1 land was a Gaia's Cradle.
Sure.
Which, against Burn, it's not great.
On the play.
Yeah. You kind of want to play
against pretty
a
much
ramp
any
spell.
deck, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, against any deck, yeah. You want to play a ramp spell turn 1 if you can, like
Sure.
a Deathrite Shaman or a Green Suns for Dryad Arbor.
On the other side, Jacob's hand looks pretty ideal. I see a couple lands, Lightning Bolt, and there's Fire Blast in there. It's just Goblin Guide too.
It's pretty great. Goblin Guide, I actually don't mind facing against a Goblin Guide.
Yeah, exactly.
It's that card advantage.
Exactly, yeah, if you can flip lands off the top of your deck.
And this 6 is just as bad. It's a 1-lander, and the 1 land is Dryad Arbor.
Yeah, I
which
see
against
a glimpse
Burn,
in there.
very bad.
Yeah,
because it will get instantly bolted.
Yeah.
So as much as I don't want to mull the 5, because basically with Elves, you want to never mull.
Yeah.
Because if you mulligan, your hand is instantly worse.
Yeah.
You keep a mediocre 7 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Just because every time you mull, you get something worse.
Yeah, sure. You're not really interacting with your opponent, so you're not looking for interaction. You're just looking for more cards. And
every card drawer is what you want, basically, is what you're relying on with Elves.
Sure.
But going to 5 is something I always hate doing.
Yeah, looking for maybe a mid-rangey hand with some Elvish Visionaries
looking
or something.
for a land.
Yeah, sure.
So, a forest or a bayou, I don't care. A fetch land, it's fine, whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Though if he does have price progress, I ideally want forests.
Yeah, fair enough. It's just one more card to play around. Try and keep as many of his burn spells dead as possible.
Now, this 5 card hand has 0 lands.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Because I don't want to go below 5, even though I probably could, but I would lose more, basically.
Sure. Look, dude, at least his price isn't going to get you.
Yeah.
I imagine we'll be seeing,
the Rift Bolts.
Suspended Rift Bolt.
Yeah, so...
Did I not see a Goblin Guide? Or I guess it's still fine to just I feel like you want to get Goblin Guide down. I guess it doesn't actually matter since it has haste, right? And it's probably just better to suspend the Rift Bolt first. Does more damage more immediately.
Plus, now any threat I play now can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no point for me even playing a Mana Dork, because it will die immediately.
Well, it looks like his hand's pretty aggressive. I don't see him spending any of his burn spells on your creatures. Even if you were to deploy one just there, just because it looks like he's got a couple of bolt effects, Fire Blast. There wasn't actually a Goblin Guide in there. I was wrong, but a couple of Rift Bolts. So yeah, not quite so aggressive, but not bad.
And we'll see if I draw a land now. Whoop, we did. We throw it in excitement.
Yeah, we knew we were drawing a land.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What's your plan from here? So you opt not to deploy a threat.
So I can play a 1-mana creature and have it immediately die to Rift Bolt.
Okay.
Or I can wait and try and have a good glimpse turn.
Okay, fair enough.
If I draw another land, then I'm okay.
Well, like it's
I can't tell what's in my hand.
if you draw another land, then you're just playing Glimpse and playing a creature and drawing a single card, right?
Yeah, it's basically what I need to do at this point because I was so far behind on cards at the beginning. Just an extra card would be fine.
Okay, I guess that's fair enough. Yeah, I feel like you can still probably just get away with putting a dude into play, and if you Rift Bolts it, then you're buying some time. Probably a turn, honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not sure what I would have done there. And like you've got enough cards in hand that a Glimpse will still maybe be okay. I can't quite tell what the rest of your hand is. I saw a Natural Order in there, so maybe there's not that many dudes.
So yeah, my plan is just to get something down and try and get my Craterhoof down, just because a 5/5 is kind of hard for him to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Dumping down Sulfuric Vortex here.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for me.
Yeah.
Being 4 life behind already.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be pretty difficult to keep up with. I think he's got 4 cards left in hand or something like that. That's quite a lot.
It's enough.
yeah, exactly.
So I play the Quirion Ranger just to get that extra land drop.
Yeah, nice.
And also, I don't know.
Okay.
So now I go for the Dryad Arbor just because I need to win quickly now that the Vortex is down.
Sure.
So just that extra acceleration. Plus, with Quirion Ranger, it gives me 4 mana next turn that I can cast Natural Order.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, Natural Order in your next turn, not insanely impactful.
No, it wouldn't be. But, like, it would swing... A Craterhoof would swing for 9, I think. 2, 5, 7, and then 2 from the Quirion Ranger, so 9.
I actually see, like, 10 damage in his hand here.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
With another land, that makes it... 14 plus the 2. Is that 2 Fire Blasts or is that Fire Blast and something else?
So double bolts.
Pass the turn, 2 off Vortex,
Yeah.
Fire Blast you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
Okay, maybe it's something else.
Well, he needs extra.
Well, he does. Okay, he wants to kill you now before passing the turn.
Yeah, seems good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awful for me. Just tanking on land and then not really being able to recover quick enough.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And in the sideboard, I have to bring in some amount of Abrupt Cares, I think, just to kill the Eidolons, and I guess Monastery Swiftspear can do that as well. But it's mostly there for Eidolons, because they just wreck me.
Sure, yeah.
It means I can't combo off.
Exactly. And it even makes it insanely difficult just to play out cards from your hand, because it deals way too much damage.
Exactly. And did we see what he brought in?
I did not see what he brought in. I see what he's taken out.
Was that Sulfuric Vortex?
Yeah, some number of Price of Progress, which is completely.
I think that's reasonable. Like, I don't play many lands anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the time they might just be a shock.
Yeah,
and that's not really what you want to be doing with 2 mana.
No. Do burn decks normally play fetch lands as well? That was sort of something I was wondering at the time.
It depends if they play like Goblin Guides. Usually, it's pretty common.
He's got Goblin Guides.
Maybe just for thinning his deck.
Okay,
that's another reason I've heard.
Yeah, I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah, you really can't be drawing lands past like 3 lands.
No, and I've seen burn players sort of get mana screwed by destroying mountains.
Yeah, they kind of have the Elves problem, right, of not having card selection.
Yeah, exactly. Except I get to draw a billion cards if I want.
Yeah, sure.
Well, if I'm lucky,
Sure.
It's more accurate.
Yeah, they kind of have a more direct plan.
Yeah.
No fucking around.
No.
Going into game 2, what's the kind of like ideal hand?
The ideal hand for me would be, I guess, Forest. Maybe fetch a Dryad Arbor, even though that's not great. Deathrite Shaman would be good if I had a fetch.
Sure.
I can't rely on him having a fetch.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just need that acceleration because I just need to win very quickly.
Sure. And yeah, again, like burn is at best turn 3.
Yeah.
So you at least you kind of combo on the same turn. So there is that tension, but at the same time that kind of gives you space.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sometimes worth just getting a guy on the field to die.
Yeah. That buys you
like
three life points.
You spent 3 points of damage to kill my X1.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
He cast a healing salve for you, basically.
Yeah, exactly. But and that's basically all I want to do. I want to play a dude and then maybe glimpse off.
Sure. An unplayable hand from Jacob there.
Yeah.
No lands, unfortunately.
No, he's having the problem I had.
On your side, I see at least one land and plenty of 1-drops.
Yeah, so I'm definitely just keeping that.
Okay.
It has a land, it has 1-drops.
Sure.
I can't tell if it has a plan or not. I can't really see if it has a natural order or a glimpse. But yeah, from the game one, I'm just keeping anything with a land, basically.
Sure.
I'm like, I'm not going to mulligan.
Yeah, I guess you had to make the decision first, right? So it's kind of dangerous mulliganing if the burn player keeps their 7. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're just not going to have the time to rebuild.
Yeah.
But now that he's mulliganing, there may have been some incentive to mulligan. But in this case,
I don't think so. No. Like, still, every mulligan with Elves is awful.
Sure. Yeah, I mean the same can be said of burn.
Yeah.
It's got again those same issues, not having card selection. It's like it very much needs as many cards as it can play.
Yeah. And so I lead with a Deathrite Shaman, sure, knowing it might die.
Yeah, sure. And I do see a Grim Lavamancer in his hand there, so that's probably a reason for the include, or at least one of the reasons.
Yeah, Grim Lavamancer is very good.
Yeah, it's very good at
pings everything.
Elves,
it's
very good in this particular
crazy.
matchup, that's for sure. So yeah, he does opt to kill it just immediately.
Which I don't know if that's correct or not, but I guess it's possible I could just combo off with Birchler Rangers or Heritage Druid.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to take, make you take some time. And Deathrite Shaman's a very good card in the deck, and especially the matchup. Like, sure, he can deal with it later, but if it's mana efficient to do it now, maybe just do it now. Yeah. I feel like just deploying the Grim Lavamancer might have been the most efficient line there, but that's fine.
Yeah. But now playing a Nettle Sentinel and then holding up the fetch for a Dryad Arbor, just to get me that bit more acceleration now.
Sure.
But Grim Lavamancer is pretty rough.
Yeah. We can see that he was considering bolting, it seems like he was considering bolting the Nettle Sentinel there, which I certainly don't agree with, but I don't see why, if you're ever making that consideration, why you wouldn't attack with the
exactly.
Guide.
Yeah.
I guess he gives you the information about whether to fetch or not. Oh no, this is in your turn. You're fetching, right?
Yeah. At the end of his turn.
Okay, sure. So yeah. Oh right, of course, because you're grabbing Dryad over here. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. Maybe that's a reason.
But also, just having the Grim Lavamancer, there's no point wasting a bolt on Nettle Sentinel when you can just Grim Lavamancer it next turn.
Exactly. So I still feel like attacking was probably as the burn player. I still think he needs to be aggressive. Like he's not actually a control deck. He can't gain cards, and unfortunately he has actually ended up with the Prize of Progress, which I guess he kept some number of in his deck. There's certainly the consideration that you'll fetch greedily.
Well, it's 4 points of damage at this point.
Exactly. Yeah, Dryad Arbor is in play. Not a bad consideration. Gaia's Cradle being a card you want.
I mean, Quirion Ranger puts a stifle on the Price of Progress plan as well, though.
Yeah, somewhat.
Being able to bounce something, it's pretty good.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Reading Quirion Ranger, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But also just swinging with the 2/2 is very good for me at this point, because I am 1 point ahead on life.
Yeah, I guess here we're going to start seeing some Grim Lavamancer activations ASAP. But now with the Nettle Sentinel play... No, the Nettle Sentinel bounces lands, right?
The Quirion Ranger bounces lands, it can bounce my Dryad Arbor. Which is not great, because then I have to play a Dryad Arbor. But
yeah, exactly.
It's still fine.
Yeah, might see...
I also get to fetch another one at the end of his turn. That's why I'm keeping the fetch lands
Okay,
up.
so he attacks first, which actually gives you the line to block with the Dryad Arbor, and then...
And we see a natural order on top.
Now that we see a natural order, you're probably not going to be...
I'm probably not fetching.
Making any blocks. And probably not fetching. Nope. Yeah, very nice. Like you mentioned, your hand maybe didn't have much of a plan.
No, but I just kept it. Had Mana Dorks, had Quirion Ranger, had Nettle Sentinel.
Okay, so even with the natural order on top here, looks like you're opting to try to block this.
Yep. But now he's killing it.
Okay, I guess he's doing it in response to the untap. Something.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Also, I can't block.
Yeah, or won't block. And I guess you consider the fact that that's probably happening anyway, right?
And now I might consider fetching. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate series of events, right?
So I don't fetch.
Okay, it looks like you do have a bit of mana there. You got a couple of lands, 3 lands. It looks like one of them being a Gaia's Cradle.
So I can fetch. What would I fetch? I guess I'd fetch a forest.
Sure.
And I have natural order, and I have a Dryad Arbor, so I can sack the Dryad Arbor. No, I get another Dryad Arbor. Sure enough.
Okay.
So I think I have a Bayou in hand.
Yeah, I did see that.
Or if I have Cradle, that's way better.
Yeah, no, I also saw a Cradle, so I saw Cradle Bayou, and I think a fetch as well.
Okay,
which is a little bit.
I think I definitely dropped the Cradle.
Okay, no, it was another mana dork. That's good. That's much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, now you get to just deploy both of those 2 1-mana spells, and then go for a natural order line next turn.
Well, depending on how many dudes I can get down, I could potentially win this turn.
Sure.
So I'm considering whether or not to play the land and then give him another turn, or just try and go for it.
Well, how do you generate enough mana to do that with the Dryad Arbor being something sick?
So I can, if I play, obviously I guess I'm just swinging.
Fair enough.
Playing and passing, then play out some dudes. Protecting my Dryad Arbor, I guess.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that's fine. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't have gone off this turn, I guess.
Especially where there's on 2 cards in hand, and the Grim Lavamancer isn't active at the moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously, it's very likely it'll become active, and it looks like it certainly will. So yeah, he could Price of Progress just to get a card in the bin.
Yep.
Hold up the Fire Blast for later, and the Price of Progress isn't bad. Like, it might force you to bounce the Dryad Arbor there.
I probably wouldn't bother. If it's 4 damage. Ooh.
Yeah, it seems kind of fine at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
And it also could just be.
Actually, 4 damage. Yeah, I probably would bounce it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, with you kind of want to just get that natural order.
Apparently, I don't bounce it.
Yeah, sure. I like not bouncing it, right? Because otherwise you have to play the Dryad Arbor next turn, and then you can't play the Bayou, which adds mana. So now, nice.
I drew a land, so that's cool.
Yeah, strong. So we're on the win now plan.
Yeah. And I don't block because I want the natural order.
Yeah, exactly. This line seems best to me because it either forces him to deal with a dude, and it puts you in, like, otherwise he would have been able to put you in the same situation you were in last turn.
Yeah.
Which was very bad.
So now he's killed one of my Korean Rangers, which makes it a bit more awkward.
You still have 4 mana, right?
1, 2. If I play a land, yes, I have 4
mana.
land,
which you do have a land drop.
Yeah.
But it does mean you.
So I need 3 creatures, I think. 1, 2, 3. No, I need more.
Yeah, to kill him, but maybe we can attack.
I have 2 that can swing. So I go 1, 2. So I'm going to play some more things to sacrifice.
Okay, that's very good.
So Virtual Rangers. So now I can tap for 4, then bounce the Bayou, untap Dryad Arbor, and then swing for a bunch.
Okay, another dude. That's much better. Yeah, okay, cool. There we go. I was going to say, it's still not lethal, right? It would be 15. Oh, no, it would be... Actually, no, it would be more than lethal with 3 anyway, still, right? 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It'd be 15 damage, right? Yeah. Okay, so with 4 dudes, it's enough. And we're just making sure.
No, it's 16 with 3.
Is it?
If I have Crater Hoof, Korean Ranger, and Dryad Arbor, then that's 16. Because it's 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 4 plus 4, so it's 16.
Okay, sure. Yeah, fair enough.
Now I'm natural ordering, sacking the Virtual Rangers.
Yep, and he's Jacob's counting it up.
Yep.
Make sure. Definitely enough.
Yep.
I guess maybe he's considering whether he can, like, Fire Blast a dude in response or something.
Yeah, I think that's what he would be considering, which is great for me because it's not on my face.
It also, as we just discussed, right? It's still lethal.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunately.
So he's Fire Blasting my Korean Ranger, and I untap in response, just to make sure.
Yeah. Well, because you have to.
Yeah. And now, yeah. Thank you, Jacob.
Out of here.
Well, it hasn't resolved yet, so it's not the graveyard.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so now Crater Hoof would be 8, and then Dryad Arbor is 4, so 12.
Okay, right. So it is actually not enough that he got rid of the creature that can attack. Sure.
Yeah, it's good that he got rid of the creature that can attack. So yeah.
Yeah, but attacking here and then having a blocker, if you really need it. attacking again next turn for 5. Like,
yeah, exactly.
He's gonna have to keep something back to block probably. It's not looking good.
No, he
And
definitely
he
need
sacked
to
2 lands, right? So
yeah, exactly. He definitely need to draw something crazy at this point.
Yeah, from 10 life, like he's kind of forced to attack you with the Goblin Guide because otherwise he's just doing nothing.
So what does he have in hand?
Bolt. So he's got Bolt and another Goblin Guide, I think. Yeah, Bolt and another Goblin Guide. So
8. I'd have to not block at all.
yeah, and like I feel like he probably should attack with the Goblin Guide first.
Yeah,
and
just to see.
not play the other one, and just to keep that information back.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like he's probably playing out the other. Oh, okay,
Another
so
Lava
it was a
Mensa?
Lava Mensa,
Okay,
which
fair.
is much less good.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Abrupt K,
it's
and that's good for me.
Yeah.
Because I have a Bayou in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Which means I can kill one of his blockers and swing.
Swing through for 2.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. Kind of just wrapping this one up here. I'm trying to think what sort of like series of draws gets in there. I guess he gets an activation out of one of the Lava Mancers. Which at 8, you attack through. Okay, sure. So you decided to block. Fair enough. So you save the life points.
Well, it's like
how does he deal with?
He could have had the nut, I guess, and just like wrecked me.
Yeah. So.
And he can't activate the Lava Mancer now because he tapped out. You can block.
Yeah, sure.
The thing that kills him
because you were able to kill the other Lava Mancer.
Yeah, takes 1, and now I'm pretty much almost guaranteed to win. I don't think there's any way out of that.
Yeah, he can play a Goblin Guide, attack you for 2, block with the other one. He goes down to 2. I can't see how he can get you down from 8.
And there we go.
The other Abrupt Decay. There we go. That
should win.
Yeah, he sees that.
Yeah, cool. And game 3, and I'm feeling a lot better after that, rather than the travesty that was game 1.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, he did end up using a lot of his spells to kill your dudes, and I guess he felt he had to, and in some situations he did have to in order to not die. And that's kind of
it's the toss up with Burn, I guess.
Yeah,
when do you kill the dudes? When do you attack the face?
In this matchup.
Yeah.
Especially.
When I can win turn 2 if you don't kill my Mana Dork turn 1, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, though I mean, I guess that's pretty relatively unlikely, I should say.
Yeah.
But
it's not that unlikely, but yeah, you
have to have
a crazy hand. Yeah,
you can get a very large board presence, and if like you can already be gaining life with Scavenging Ooze on turn 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Easily. So
yeah,
that's another thing to consider. And it'll very quickly be bigger than any of his threats on the ground, and out of range of any of his burn spells.
I still haven't seen any Swift Spears. I don't know if he's running them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't really.
Surely you would. It's a very good card.
Yeah, Jacob's kind of like an old school player. Maybe he hasn't updated his deck for a while. That I can think of. I haven't really seen any new cards at all. So maybe that's the situation.
That's how they get me.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too worried about Monastery Swift Spear. I don't worry about the other stuff.
You could go into every matchup blind.
Yeah.
It's
5 Blast is crazy though.
5 Blast is a pretty insane magic.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and it's definitely like the best card you can draw when you're drawing too many lands.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, he keeps this one. It's got plenty of 1 mana spells. It has an Eidolon of the Great Revel. It seems
turn 1 Lava Mancer is very good.
Yeah, it gives him the line to be the control deck in the matchup.
Yeah,
which is pretty strong when Lava Mancer kills almost all of your threats.
Yeah. But I still feel confident playing something turn 1 because he can't activate. It's very unlikely that he'd be able to activate the Lava Mancer turn 2.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. I mean,
he'd need two things. Yeah, 2 things in the graveyard, and then have a mana open to activate it.
Yeah. So it'd have to be a fetch line and a bolt exactly. Or
a 1 mana spell.
Yeah,
that's not a creature.
Yep. For
get
forest,
this time. And I may or may not. I can't remember what I have in my hand.
So here, he does have the 2nd mana for the Eidolon, which could definitely be pretty.
I think I have a Green Suns, and I'm like, oh, sorry. Now I need to shuffle my library again.
Wasting everybody's time.
Hey. No.
Good rebuttal.
If I was wasting everyone's time, I'd do it as the card is written. and
Yeah.
search for a creature, then shuffle my library, and then shuffle Green Suns back in.
Man.
Yeah, turn 1 Dryad Arbor. I think it's one of my favorite plays. To Green Suns for Dryad Arbor. And I don't like it immediately dying, but you know, that's how it goes.
Searing Blaze?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so it does 2 to you and
Yep.
creature.
It's very good. I think he actually brought those
3D,
in
sorry?
against me.
Yeah, 2 to
I think they were in the sideboard.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't really see them being main board in
No,
Legacy.
but they're very good against me. So
Yeah, exactly.
I guess they'd be good against D&T and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's kind
sort
of
of creature hate.
Yeah,
decks.
exactly. It's kind of the perfect card in this matchup because we were mentioning that kind of that issue where he's either spending the burn spells on your creatures or on you, and in this case, he's doing both.
Yeah, so it's a very good card to get rid of my hate, I guess.
Yeah.
And fetching now. Assume just getting another basic. Nope.
Want some black mana for those abrupt decays.
Yeah, seems fair.
This Nettle Sentinel pretty good blocker for that Lavamancer if he doesn't cast any other spells.
Yeah,
that seems pretty unlikely.
Yeah, hopefully it also doesn't get Searing Blazed.
It's pretty likely he just bolts you and activates Lavamancer,
Yeah.
right? Or bolts. Yeah, okay.
So
bolts
double
the
Nettle.
creature.
So
He gets to clear your board.
I make
at
the
this
wall.
stage.
Yeah, if he has a Pyroclasm, I'm wrecked. It'd suck. But he probably doesn't need it with all these 1 mana deal 3 damage spells.
Yeah, I don't know if we deal with the creatures first or if we put that Pyroclasm into the Eidolon into play as soon as possible.
Well, he probably wants to play some bolts first.
Okay, so he kills one of them. Yeah, fair enough to preserve his own life total,
Yeah.
but
I think you just slam down the Eidolon now.
yeah, I think you do as well.
Although me fetching black, you might think Abrupt Decay, but it's 2 damage, I guess.
He's got a Fire Blast in hand as well, so that can deal damage without hurting himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, this is not great.
Yeah, we're not feeling so good now.
No, I'm feeling pretty crappy at this point.
And we don't have an Abrupt Decay in hand, right?
I don't think so.
No,
I think I got the black just in case,
Sure.
because I think that was my last fetch land.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see if he sideboarded again, but if I was him, I'd probably consider taking some number of the price progresses up.
Yeah, I don't really like him against myself. Like, I have 2 Bayous and 2 Dryad Arbors. Like, that's... And, like, I can only have 1 Cradle out at a time, so it's kind of not great.
Exactly, yeah. Though, maybe it's just fine.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be. The Grim Lavamancers, though, putting in lots of work over these 2 games.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good card against me. Against a lot of decks, I think, really.
Yeah. But particularly in a matchup where that shock is going to kill practically every creature in your deck.
Exactly.
And where killing a creature can save him a turn or more sometimes, depending on the creature.
And I'm going into the tank, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, you clearly understand that that every creature you play is going to shock you and will probably get Lavamanced.
Yeah, this is definitely my thought now. Do I just go for it and play a whole bunch of things and lose a whole bunch of life?
Sure. You've got a natural order in hand. He's down to 3 cards in hand, I think.
So I think I do have to try and go for it. Otherwise, I just lose anyway.
Exactly.
Like, if I don't play cards, then I lose.
You'll lose to beats anyway.
Yeah.
And at least he can't attack you with that Eidolon without getting rid of the Nettle Sentinel first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it's... Yeah, he's very likely to just shock the Nettle Sentinel
So
immediately.
now I get my 3 Elves down. I could potentially play a Rex Age for another shock myself, kill the Eidolon.
Yeah, worth noting that it's an enchantment as well.
Also, if I could play a Scavenging Ooze now, I'd have 1 mana floating.
And yeah, you'd be able to eat your own Nettle Sentinel.
Yeah, exactly. But now I get... So I still have 1 mana floating, and then I get the bounce off the Quirion Ranger, untapping the Heritage Druid. I think we might just be drawing... No, we're natural ordering.
Okay,
of course we had 3 mana floating.
Untapping and sacrificing.
Yeah.
Still, the attack's kind of medium. Maybe
It's not great, but it's a 5/5, which is hard for him to deal with, and I thought it might force him to block with the Eidolon. Like it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage.
Okay.
So it's not the worst, but it puts him down to 8.
At the same time, if we attack with the Nettle Sentinel, then he's free to use the Grim Lavamancer on you, and then he gets to attack you. Oh no, you can bounce. No,
because I can bounce a land.
Sure.
So I can untap the Crater Hoof if he swings into me.
Yes. Okay.
Which
nice.
I doubt he will do, but sometimes people forget about the Korean Ranger.
Yeah, exactly. I've definitely forgotten about it many times.
Especially when I get Wastelanded. They get really salty when they Wastelander by you, and I just bounce it.
So it looks like he's got Goblin Guide, Fire Blast and Bolt.
Yeah, Fire Blast and Bolt and the Griv Lavamancer pretty much is the combo to kill me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
11
damage, is that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
So he opted not to play... I guess he didn't want to shock himself.
But also, swinging with the Eidolon lets him kill it, which means he won't take any damage.
Yeah, exactly, with this bolt.
Yeah. Which
puts down to 4 and then kills you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, bad luck.
Yeah, unfortunate. But that's how it goes sometimes. Burn just gets you.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that he was able to deal with just... I mean, he only actually dealt with one.
So I did have Scavenger Ooze in my hand, it looks like. So
sure.
Yeah. Oh, well.
It was a very fast start from the burn deck there.
Yeah.
Definitely capable of. And he had a couple of the very key cards in the matchup.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I could have played the Scavenger Ooze and then waited, but I think I only had one creature to eat, didn't I?
Yeah,
so it would have just died to a bolt anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So it seemed better to just try and go for it and hope that he can't kill me.
Yeah, which isn't unlikely.
So yeah, that's all I brought in: 3 Abrupt K's and a Scavenger Ooze, and what did he bring in?
Some Searing Blazes.
The two Searing Blazes, 3 Searing Blazes, 3, and
whatever that one is. I think it's a similar effect.
Yeah,
I can never remember the names of these cards.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Might actually just be a different art. We'll clear that up later. Yeah. Takes out some Rift Bolts and some Price Progresses.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Price Progress, like I said, not that amazing against me.
And I guess the Rift Bolts, he just wants to resolve an Eidolon, so they're the kind of worst burn spell, and if you got to replace something.
And this is me showing off my deck.
Sure.
Which is Julian Narb's list, who recently went... I think he won a Legacy Challenge with it on MTGO.
Cool.
So I thought that seems pretty cool. I'm going to play it. Has Choke in the board for all those blue decks at the moment. And I also... in Legacy Nationals went to the semi-finals of top 8 with it.
Yeah, strong showing there.
Yeah, so Choke definitely amazing.
Destroyed Neon Miracles.
Yeah, Elves still great. I love Elves, and happy to come back and play more on camera. So I'm glad I got to do this Legacy week again. Yeah. All right, well, thanks guys for watching as we throw our cards around and show off our decks. We'll leave it there, and stay tuned. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll have some more Legacy content up soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye.